co-founders and CEO of Startup Weekend. And Startup Weekend is essentially the best way to get an entrepreneurial experience in as little time as possible. Startup Weekend is a 54-hour event where you come together, you meet like-minded individuals from completely different backgrounds, share ideas, and you actually spend the weekend learning how to take those first steps as an entrepreneur to get a company off the ground. It's about the lowest level of commitment and the most amount of fun you can have learning how to start a business. The hurdles that we've overcome to get where we are today really have been, wow, let's see, it's been about 2.5 years and plenty of hurdles. So probably the biggest hurdle initially was figuring out nailing the model. We knew that Startup Weekend was something that we wanted to scale globally, and we wanted to build the model as such to support that. Choosing to be a nonprofit was something pretty inherent in the model itself. We knew we weren't going to make a ton of money doing this, nor did we want to build a model, essentially charging entrepreneurs a ton of money to attend these events to get this experience. But aside from building the model to be a very low-cost, scalable thing, it really came down to empowering people. So how do we get people interested and then give them a tool set that they can run with quick enough that would allow this model to spread? We experimented in the early stages of how to frame those conversations, and it's amazing just structuring and setting expectations from the beginning really had probably the highest impact to get us where we are today. Some of the other hurdles was, of course, funding. We were, for 1.5 years at least, not paying ourselves, and essentially 3 guys in a condo that were just working our butts off, 16, 17-hour days nonstop, and really had to figure out how do we start paying rent again? How do we do a little bit more? And at that point, our actions, I guess, had spoken a little bit louder than words, and we were able to finally establish who we are, what we are about, and go out and find people that could believe in what we were doing. So the real hurdle was finding those early believers to help sustain and help get us to where we are today, and essentially all of those people are still with us today, which is probably an even more amazing thing. What has tripped us up? Scaling a business internationally and trying to run all the back office for it. Literally some of the logistics of the accounting systems and things like that. Handling money. We've had, despite being a really small organization, we probably have one of the most complex accounting solutions for any small startup. That's been a big challenge, and something that's kind of put roadblocks into how can we operate efficiently. Obviously keep it legitimate and play by the books, but something that has essentially kind of been a little bit of a hurdle that we've had to get over time and again, especially as we expand. So it's kind of delayed some of the growth at times. Listening to those closest to us. I think having friends, including people like yourself, are the people that have really helped us get to where we are today. One of the things that we realized early on is that we were guys in a position, really passionate about something, but very little experience for how to take it to the next level. And the people that could help us take it to the next level weren't people working at big companies or with a ton of experience doing other things. It were the people that also believed in that same vision. So figuring out how to leverage those people and stay close to them it's been a challenge and a blessing. And the more we listen to them, the further we continue to get. We're at that stage of we're 12 people, essentially kind of 10 people here in Seattle and a couple others around the world. And we're standing at the abyss of probably not calling ourselves so much a startup anymore. We've got this established business model where we're tweaking. We've really hit that scale, and we're positioned to start scaling even more. So it's looking at the abyss and knowing that the potential, we've got a model that will feed the potential for not just doing, say, 200 events like we've planned for 2011 now, but probably doing up to 1,000 events. So that's something that, coming from where we came from, is obviously extremely scary, but the model is built and will help support and sustain us to get there. There's a lot of things to learn and help continue to get us there, but that's something, a big challenge we have in front of us, and a cliff that we're all standing on the edge of as a team, ready to jump off of. Sticking close to the actual communities that we are impacting and affecting, and the people and their personal stories, is what really keeps me close to what we're doing, and it's something I'm incredibly passionate about, not losing that insight of how powerful something as simple as Startup Week can be. It's not rocket science, but it's an incredibly powerful model for helping other people connect and realize their own potentials, and the ability to follow their dreams, solve their own problems, and just to maintain that connection, go to events literally and hear their stories, and understand how it really does have life-changing consequences and impacts for so many people. That's what really keeps me engaged every single day, and it makes it exciting to wake up to, and why I don't really consider this a job. A lot of the same people that are out there and believe in Startup Weekend just as much as we do. They keep me waking up every day. So it really comes down to working with the individuals that have those dreams, and the more of those individuals that we can help achieve those things, they keep coming back to us and thanking us, and that's really why we're doing this, helping people figure out how to take those first steps and next steps. So I think there's a lot of people in our communities that are extremely accomplished that I also look up to. We've just announced an incredible board of directors now. Carl Schramm, the president of the Kauffman Foundation, Nick, the manager of entrepreneurship, Nick Seguin, and then we have Brad Feld, co-founder of Techstars and Foundry Group, Laura McKnight, the leader of the largest community foundation in the world, and we have Steve Blank, who's personally one of my most influential people in terms of learning. Is just his transfer of knowledge has been incredible. But having people that are that accomplished in life, that have taken an interest to what we're doing and can see that they can provide us value, and also that we can provide them value, that is truly inspiring to me, that we're even at that position. So, and we're just starting to scratch the surface.
Awesome.